I'm going to make a octopus. And I think this is probably like the easiest amigurumi crochet to start with. And really simple. I'm using a 2.5 millimeter hook, but you can use any size hook. Just beware of the size of your yarn, because the size of your yarn in comparison to your hook, you should probably go at least a size down. So for example, for Bernat, if I think it requires like 5 millimeter or 5.5, so you just scale down to like 4.5 or 4. Okay. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it lavender. This is gonna be the body, and then I'm gonna have a contrast. Okay. So this is how you do this, the magic ring. And then in the magic ring, see, in the magic ring, we're going to put 8 single crochets. So you go in, 2, 3, so we got 8 in total. And what you do with the magic ring is you pull this the leaf out, the tail, and you pull tight. Okay, so this is going to be the top of our octopus. So that is the end of our round. Now we're going to increase each single crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stitches. And then what we're going to do is we're going to double that. In this stitch, we're going to go, I'm going to put 2 single crochets in there. And in amigurumi, we go over. So we go in and over the yarn and then out 8 times. Okay, so then I'll meet you back when I get to the end. We went around and we're at 16. We're going to increase it slightly because we're trying to make it round, right? So we're going to go 1 stitch, and I was going over. Oops. 1, 2. And what I love about making these little creatures is they're so cute. Exactly 24 stitches. So now we're going to increase it again, when we're going to do 2 single stitches, 2 single crochets, and then 1 increased. So I'll show you what that looks. So you do, so you go 1, 2, and then you do 1 increase. So 1, 2. So you put 2 stitches into the third, right? So we'll do it again. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So you can see the little points forming where the increases. So again, we go 1, 2, and then increase. 1 and 2. So we're going to finish that off. See, we're right there. So now we count how many stitches are in here. So we go 30, 32. So then we're going to go on to the next one, which is again increasing. But before we get to the increase, we're going to do single crochets all the way around, and this will be 32 single crochets. Oops. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 single crochets and an increase. And we're going to increase this, and we're going to do that 8 times, so it'll increase it to 40. So this is the first one. So 1, 2, 3, go 1, 2 and 3, and an increase. And then keep going all the way around until I get to 40, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so now that we have 40 stitches all the way around, now this is as big as the octopus is going to be. So we don't want to get any bigger than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to form it going around it. See, it's already starting to form. So what we're going to do is we're going to do single crochets, and we're going to do 7 rounds of this. So I'll start off again, and this is kind of fun because then you don't have to think about it. You can just keep going. But you can use a counter that I use sometimes when I don't feel like my brain wants to think. So we can start off, so we'll keep these things. So we start on 1, and then we have to do 7 rounds. So this is our first round. Now you put your counter to your second row, and then you just keep continuing with this regular stitches. Okay, so what I did is I took my stitch marker out and I put it up here. I am on round 5, so I have 2 more rounds to go, but it was just getting a little further away, so I want to make sure that you can tell where, or I can tell where I've been and where I'm going. Okay, so we're going to finish this off. This is the end of the 7th row. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do decreasing, so in order to form the sphere. So we're going to do opposite of what we did before the 7 rows. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 stitches, but now we're going to do an invisible decrease. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to the front loop. See how there's 2 loops there? So you're going to come through this one, bring it out, and then go to the next one beside it, bring it out, and then you turn to that, and see how you can barely see where the decrease is. See how it's starting to turn in? So soon we're going to have a little octopus. So I'll be back. Remove this stitch marker, and then we're going to put it on here. Oops. Try that again. So I'm going to put that on here, and that will show you where we are. Okay, so at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to add the eyes. So the eyes are going to be put in, and then we're going to stuff as we go. So what you need is 6mm eyes and safety eyes, which you can get on Amazon. I'll link that below, and I'll show you how we insert them and secure them. These are 6mm eyes, and then they have their secure backings. We're going to count down to 11, row 11. So if this is, so we're going to start here. So our rows go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is where we're going to put 1. And then we're going to count 7 away from it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's where we're going to put the next one. Oops. So 2, 4, 6, and then the 7 is right there. So very cute, right? So we can flip this inside out. It's not going to hurt anything. You flip it inside out. Then you take a backing, and I put it this way because I feel like it's cuter when the eyes look like they're sunk in, like an actual eye. Sunk in? Well, like it exists in there all the whole time. So you have to be very sure. There are tools that you can use to push these in a little bit easier if you're having trouble holding on to it. I don't have any of those, but I will, eventually I'll get them. So it doesn't stop here though, because I have an extra step. I have an electric, you can get a regular lighter if you want, but this is my rechargeable one. So what I do is I like to melt these. And I like this because it's like a smoother finish. So you can flatten these quite a bit. So that is not going anywhere. So again, I'm going to do any other one. Now be very careful because you can burn and set your crochet toy on fire. However, you don't need to do this step. You can just keep it in there. It's not going to go anywhere. I like to do that just in case, you know, if the eyes ever do get loosened or anything. But especially for baby toys and stuff, I would highly recommend you secure it a little bit more. So here we go again. We're going to set this baby on fire for a moment. And it does smell, so make sure that I have a window open, so make sure that you're in a ventilated area. And boom. Those eyes aren't going anywhere. So we're going to continue going up here. So we finished the round, then we inserted the eyes. So now we're going to do back loop stitching. So that is going to be our next step. See here, there's two different loops. Here's the front loop and this is the back loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to crochet in just this back loop. Yarn over and you pull through. Back loop, yarn over, pull through. So you're going to do that all the way around till you get to the end. And then down. Show that again, make sure I'm in frame here. So 1, back loop only, 2, and then back up only, 1, back loop only, 2, boom. Okay, so now that we've finished going all around, you see the little head is formed, and then you see all these back loops. So it creates a little stitch or a little open loop. So what we're going to do too is we're going to remove this stitch holder, and what you're going to do is you're going to start to stuff. This is my favorite point, is when you get the structure ready and then you get to put some polyfill. I got this polyfill from Amazon, so I'll link that as well. What we're going to do is we're just going to stuff it. Reason being is we're going to eventually close this whole piece, and then he'll be really cute. Cute, eh? So a good way to make sure it's nicely packed in there is you push all the polyfill to the side, and then you fill out the, oops, got away from me, fill up the middle. And you can turn it around so it can kind of fold in there, so that it's not sticking out and can get caught in your needle, or your hook, I mean. So then we're just going to keep continuing on. So the next is we are going to do 1 single crochet, regular, because we already have that lip, so it's fine. So we're going to do 1 single crochet and then 1 decrease, and we're going to do that in the full round. Here we go. You're going to do the invisible decrease. So you go just through the front loop. Oops. Front loop. Bring it up. Then the next front loop only. Bring it up. And then boom, decrease. So you're going to do once through both. See, it's through both stitches. And you go 1. And then you're going to go to the front loop only, pull it through, decrease. So you're going to do that completely around here. Went around to 8 times, so now we're ending here. So it was 1 single crochet, a full one, and then a decrease, which is an invisible decrease, which is through the front loops only. Okay, so what we're going to do is 8 times around, we're going to just decrease. Anyway, so we're going to fasten off, and the way to fasten off is you go into the next full stitch. Okay, right here, full stitch. And you can go under if you'd like. It's a little bit easier to do that. And you just go straight through both stitches. So I'm going to add a very long tail, and I'll show you how we're going to close this off. So we're going to snip it, and what you're going to do is just going to pull it right through, and it won't come undone, and then you just give it a tug, and then it's closed off. Keep going like this. All right, guys, I'm trying to make sure that I keep in focus, because I know that's annoying when I'm out of focus. So, and you know, I have to, those little polyfil hairs, they can be really, really annoying. And they can catch in your stitches, so just be careful. Make sure you like clear the area where you're sewing. Just keep going over just the outside loop. And then when you get to the last one, this is where the magic happens, and I love this. What you're going to do is you're going to pull. See? Perfect. We're going to do the same thing that we did on the top. We're going to kind of secure it, pull it tight, and then secure it. And what I like to do is go right underneath here. And then we're going to do the same thing and go back the other way. If you saw my other video for the Bohemian bikini, you'll see how I secure it. So you go one way, and then I like to go another way, but inside the stitches, and that should secure it. But for an amigurumi, what I do is I go in through the hole, and you can pick any place anywhere on top, but let's say we can go right here, right? And why I say it doesn't matter is because what you're going to do is see how you went in there, and this is how you hide the tails. So what I do is I pull as tight as I can, and I snip it, and then gone. So now you have a perfect sphere with a face, and you can do anything you want with this. We're doing an octopus, but you can turn it into anything, really. We're going to go on to the legs, and yeah, if you have any questions or anything, you can email me, or you can message me, or put it in the comments below. But I will have everything that I use down in the description, so you guys can have them too, and you know exactly what I'm using. So again, these are 6mm eyes. They come in all different kinds of sizes, but my favorites seem to be 8mm and 6mm. We are making the legs. So these are all 17 chains, and then 15 double crochets all the way to the end. So I'll show you how I did that. So we're going to make 17 chains. It's a little bit tricky to hold here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so you're going to skip 1, 2, and in the third one from the hook, you're going to insert yarn over, and you're going to insert a double crochet, like so. So yarn over, go to the next stitch, bring it over, boom. Double crochet again, pull through. Now when you start, you have to make sure you go counterclockwise. Counterclockwise with all the legs. That way you can see. So now it's 17 chains, right? And you do 15 double crochet, sorry. And then what you're going to do is this is with every limb. So you're going to skip that one, and then you're going to slip stitch like so. And then you're going to make one more slip stitch, and then we're going to finish off with the leg. So another slip stitch, and then you're going to do 17 chains, and then we're going to finish it off, and I'll show you what to do. So that's the last double crochet. So what you're going to do is you're going to skip this stitch, and then slip stitch here. And then you got one more to slip stitch right here. Boom. Okay, so what you're going to do after that is you're going to, I like to tie it off. So I should add another chain just to be sure, and then I pull through, and we're going to put a long tail here as such. And then what I like to do as well is like to put the beginning tail, if I can get it through. I need some help here. All right, so then when I pull it, that's not going to come off. So don't need to put an extra knot or anything, but just for, I don't know, feel like it. So we'll put that there. And then what we're going to do now, look how cute. Look how cute. He got his little legs there. Cute. Right, just like we did with the beginning magic ring. Sorry, words. We're going to hide. We're going to hide it. We're going to go in through here. Okay, since this is the bottom, you don't have to worry too much about how pretty it looks. So we're just going to keep it down into the bottom. So we've got 2 through there. And then like I did before, you're going to pull as tight as you can. Be careful though. And snip it. And then, ta-da! You have a cute little baby octopus. And its legs are all curled up. And it's so freaking cute. And here you have our completed baby octopus. And she's really super cute. I just added some little decorations, spots or barnacles or what have you. And a little smiley face, and you can make them into keychains, or you can do ornaments, and that's simply by attaching, you know, some a keychain or what have you on top here, or however you really want. I can show you some of those in the next bit, but here she is, and I am going to be making a whole bunch of these. So if you want to see what I have in my store, you can check the links below. And if you have any custom requests, you can also reach me as well through my email, private message here, or even message me on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining. I hope this helped you and you make a ton of these and just have fun with it. Give them as gifts or what have you. And I will be back for more. Bye, guys.